So hello YouTube to the people that watch my channel normally and anybody that's new and doesn't normally watch it. It's going to be a really quick video. I'm only doing this on a mobile phone and editing on a mobile phone if there's any editing at all, so I'll get straight on with it. It's a freezing cold autumn night. It's now Monday night. Hopefully I'll get this uploaded tonight. School holidays, so I hope you're all having a good time, especially parents. Anyway, in the next few days, my son, Joe, who's 10 years old, is going to be climbing Mount Snowdon to raise money for somebody local who's disabled, named Ben Baddeley. You might have heard of him because he's been on the BBC, ITV and the Mirror newspaper, and there has been at times some media coverage about him. Basically, my son was born with a condition, physical disability called arthrogryposis. He was fortunate in that it only affects his upper body because the majority of people have it throughout the whole body. It restricts the movement really terribly in every single muscle in his fingers, wrists, forearms, shoulders. When we were given the diagnosis, he wasn't supposed to get any better at all. We were told that's it. He was born sort of stuck like this, and we were told that would never improve. Only through a twist of sort of fate, he was kept in the hospital for a year nearly with a different condition, a bowel condition. After the surgery went wrong, he was kept there for a lot more time. So he received a lot of physiotherapy from the physiotherapy department at the Queen's Medical Centre. They taught us how to do physiotherapy and also splinting, so we gradually stretched him into place. And over time, he sort of made a not miraculous recovery, but he's made a massive difference to his life and the quality of his life and what he can and can't do. Now, the person we're raising money for, Ben Baddeley, he was born with cerebral palsy. Now, he went through 2 years of testing roughly with the NHS to see if he could have some spinal surgery that would basically help him to walk. I'll try and put some video clips in. I don't know if editing on a phone is going to allow me to do that. Now, what happened was it was going on for quite a while. A private donor came forward. They paid the NHS the money and said, go ahead, do the surgery. The family, unaware of what was going to happen, had the surgery. After the surgery, there's a lot of follow-up physiotherapy and hydrotherapy that needs to take place for the surgery to be really effective. Basically, his legs were just splinted together. He couldn't walk without agonising pain, could barely walk at all. Now, after the surgery, the NHS said, well, the operation was paid for privately, so all of the aftercare has to be paid for privately, which is obviously devastating for the family. It's nearly a couple of £1,000s a month. So they now have to raise money for the physiotherapy so that Ben can walk without pain. And the physiotherapy is making a massive difference to his life, but it's they're on a treadmill of fundraising basically all the time, and without it, he really does suffer. He's had hip dislocations, knee dislocations, some pretty painful stuff. But it's made a dramatic effect on his life having this physio and hydrotherapy. So Joe wants to climb Snowdon, he's told me before, and then he knows I've done stuff for Ben in the past, and he doesn't understand why they don't just give Ben the treatment that he needs because he gave it to Joe, and Joe knows the difference it's made to his life. So we're going to be climbing Mount Snowdon over the next few days. We're just waiting for the weather. There's been a massive sort of freeze in the UK for what we normally get at this time of year in autumn. I would have liked to have taken him sooner. I'm holding off now, sort of on standby at 24 hours notice, watching the weather, talking to people in Llanberis at the bottom of Mount Snowdon to see what the conditions are like there. Over the last few days, it's been bitterly cold. I've checked on Twitter, and there are people on Twitter. If you go to the hashtag Snowdon and click latest on Twitter, you'll see people are giving up. Adults are giving up 3/4 of the way up. And today, somebody actually, unfortunately, died on Mount Snowdon. They collapsed and couldn't be revived, and the helicopter came. So I'm not giving a date for doing it because it really does depend on the weather. Now, by Wednesday, according to the BBC weather, we should be getting a bit milder. Might get a bit wetter. I mean, it looks amazing, the pictures to do with Snowdon this time of year. Despite it being freezing, we've got these lovely blue skies, and it is really bright and sunny, but it's icy cold. Sort of at ground level, so once you get up Mount Snowdon, it's bitter. And that's what I was reading on Twitter from somebody who climbed it, was it yesterday? They said the cold, bitterly cold one was absolutely unbearable, and there were people giving up 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way up. So if you could, I'm going to put a link in the description if the phone editor will let me. Sorry, if the YouTube mobile phone upload will let me. I'll also try and put it across the bottom now. I'll put a link to Ben's GoFundMe page. All money we raise will go directly to Ben's family, directly to paying for his treatments. The cost of the trip to Wales, because I don't drive, his transport and all the rest of it, and possible overnight stay is going to be paid for by me. So I didn't touch the money. It goes, if you donate to the GoFundMe page, it goes directly to the family, and you'll also see a lot of information there. If you use Facebook, go to a page called Help Ben Walk Without Pain, you'll get more information from that too. And there are some interesting videos on YouTube. If you look for Amy Baddeley on YouTube, she puts small update videos filmed on a mobile phone of things that are happening. Funny stories that Ben has from school. Like the other day he got evacuated. Well, he got the lift broke that he uses, so he got put in an evacuation chair, and his explanation of it's brilliant. He's an amazing lad. The physio and hydrotherapy is hard work, and he puts up with a lot of pain with the knee and hip dislocations and this, that and the other. So for me, and it's really important to raise money for this, because I know from my experiences with my son what a massive difference the physio can make. The NHS weren't too convinced and said, well, we don't have to fund it now anyway, because it might not make any difference. But again, you'll see that on the Facebook page and on Amy's YouTube channel. It is making a definite difference to his quality of life. So yeah, remember Joe's 10. His disability is called arthrogryposis. It's made a massive difference to him. Ben has cerebral palsy. Sorry, I try and say how it's actually spelt, which just makes it worse. If you can donate, please go to the GoFundMe page. It's www.gofundme.com/Ben Baddeley, but I'll have to try that on the bottom of the screen. Hopefully get back to some bike riding as well soon. So thanks for watching. Enjoy your rides, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.